Hello, my name's Tim Cameron Kitchen. I'm a best-selling digital marketing author and head ninja at Exposure Ninja, which is a digital marketing agency. I'm here to answer your marketing questions in Ask Ninja. This question comes from Andy, and Andy says, how do we get those little star ratings showing up in our Google AdWords ads? Great question, Andy. There's actually two ways to get reviews showing up in your AdWords ads. The first is seller reviews and the second is review extensions. So I'll take you through the different types and how to get them showing up for your ads. So first up, seller ratings. These are little gold stars that you see in the AdWords ads. Now these come from reviews for your e-commerce store. So they're available to e-commerce stores. They're shown automatically, although you can turn them off. Now, there's a couple of things to note about these seller ratings. Firstly, they only usually show if you have more than 150 reviews. And secondly, they'll only usually show if you have more than an average of 3.5 stars, right? If you've got a 2-star review average across all of your reviews, they're not going to show up for you. So it's only if you've got more than 3.5 stars. And secondly, they only usually show up if you have an aggregate average review of more than 3.5 stars. So if you have below that, then you're not going to get your ratings showing up. So it's not like Google is going to show your AdWords ad with a 2-star review or anything like that. It only shows over 3.5 stars. So where do these seller ratings actually come from? Well, firstly, you have something called Google Customer Reviews, which is a service open to all merchants that use the Google Merchant Center platform. The other source of these reviews are third-party review sites, the most famous of which are things like FIFO, Trustpilot, Review, Ecomi. So all of these are being picked up by Google and fed in, and they're contributing to your average seller rating. So you've got your reviews. How do you make sure that they show up? Well, the first thing to note is, just like loads of Google stuff, you can't force them to show up. Google retains control over where they show up or not. This is just another one of those Google services where we bow down to Google, we give it everything that it needs, and then it decides if it's going to show them or not. Now, first thing to do is make sure that you actually have enough reviews and that you're collecting reviews in an ongoing basis. Now, you can sign up for something called Google Certified Shops, which is an automatic review collection system that will work for you. So you sign up for the service as long as you sign up to Merchant Center, and it will send out review requests to people who've shopped with you. That's a really good thing to do because obviously those reviews are being picked up by Google, so Google's very likely to trust them. Now, another thing that you can do is sign up for something called Stellar Service, which costs $5,000 a year. And this basically seeks to rate your store experience according to your customer service, delivery time, returns policy, things like that. So it seeks to give basically a quantitative measure of your site's overall customer service. And this is fed into Google as well. So Stellar Service, if the cost is justified for you, cool, definitely worth looking at. Google Certified Shops is definitely worth doing if you're an e-commerce business. So that's the seller ratings, those little stars. There's another way of getting reviews showing up, which is review extensions. Now, these review extensions are the little bits of text. They're actual reviews that appear inside the ad on desktop devices. They don't work on mobiles, but they do work on desktop. And they actually work pretty well. They can increase your click-through rate by as much as 10%, which really obviously helps your quality score and can lower your cost per click. So definitely worth looking into. Now, these review extensions you actually add yourself. So you input them inside the AdWords interface. But unsurprisingly, there's some rules about what you can and you can't add. For example, you must make sure that your review is about the business as a whole, right? So the tacos are great is not an acceptable review, whereas the food is great, the service is amazing, I always go there is an acceptable review. The other biggie is that the review needs to come from a publication or organization and not from an individual. So those Facebook reviews that you've been working so hard to collect, you can't use them, unfortunately. But if a local magazine has written about your business or some publication online has written about the quality of your business, then you can use that. Other criteria, you've got to take the text exactly from the review, so you can't shorten it, you can't add any extra punctuation. Your business name can't be repeated in the review as well. So Google's quite specific about what can and can't be used here, and it just won't get approved if it fails to meet any of these criteria. So there you have it. You have the seller ratings and you have the review extensions. Both really awesome things to test, but like any extension that you might be running in your AdWords campaign, it's important that you actually go back and monitor the impact that these review extensions are having on your clicks, and you can do this inside AdWords. Check that they're actually contributing positive performance to your campaign, and if they're not, don't be afraid to turn them off. So I hope that helps explain the little reviews that you can get showing up in AdWords. Remember, if you've got any questions about digital marketing at all, then you can drop them on our Facebook page, you can tweet them to us at Exposure Ninja, or you can leave them in the comments to this video. And while I've got you, don't forget the Exposure Ninja Digital Marketing Podcast, a really awesome podcast where I interview some of the world's brightest digital marketing minds and also cover topics about digital marketing with the team here at Exposure Ninja. So we go behind the scenes on client campaigns, we share the stuff that's really working on the ground as well. So if you're into marketing and if you're into growing a business, then I think you'll find it really useful. So just search iTunes for Exposure Ninja Digital Marketing Podcast. See you soon.